guys, I've had a few people ask me about the stuffed balloon that I did with the bottling. A couple of people asking about what uses bases, how I put the topper on. By no means is this the only way to do it, but we've just found that this works for us. What you need really, just because with champagne what we found is there's a lot of weight in the bottom, and you just need, I think sometimes they just need that little bit of support. So we just use the modelling balloons, inflate one of those and a cake board. I think this is about 11 inch, something like that. And I just use the U glue or glue, I don't know. We're from the UK, so I don't know. Maybe they've got a different name, but those. And I just put a couple around the edge and then just pop it onto the cake board, and it just creates a nice solid base, but also it matches your decoration as well, and it just supports the bottle because it will give a little bit at the bottom, and it just sits nicely on it, and just obviously takes the pressure and the weight off your balloon. So yeah, so what I've done is I also inflate one of these, another modelling balloon, around the bottom of the champagne, and basically this is what I'm going to be doing. Obviously we'll hide that at the back. That will sit on the bottom of your bottle, and then I put some of the glue dashes on the bottom here, and I've fixed that into place inside the balloon. How we do it, we tend to attach the glue dots. It is a bit of faffing, the glue dots, so they're already in place. Put this in first, but without attaching it, because you almost need to get two hands in to give it a bit of a wriggle and get it back in place, because this will not go through the neck of the super stuffer, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, it just basically holds it in place nice and firm for you. It's not wriggling around. You can hide it with any materials that you're putting in the balloon to make it look pretty. So yeah, I'll do that for you. I'll just move the camera. See, I'm doing apologies. The office is an absolute disgrace. It's been really busy today, even though it's been hot. Some lovely weather in the UK for once. So yeah, so I've just attached a couple like that, and I'll pop that inside there. Shouldn't really use the word pop, should I, Crikey? Not good with balloons. So that's now attached onto the bottle, so you can just adjust it, do what you need to do, and then you just need to catch the bottom of those glue dots and remove them. I said it is a little bit tricky, but it's very, very doable. And then just make sure that your champagne goes right slap bang in the middle of that design, and then push down on your modelling balloon. I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring you in a little bit closer. So that's sat there in the bottom, and then all I do, oops, sorry guys, wobbling around everywhere here. I just get some of this stuff in, and you just spread it out on the inside, and it actually hides the balloon at the bottom, so nobody can even see what you've been doing. It looks lovely, nice and pretty. So we're going with silver, golds and black for this design. So everything's hidden there. What I'll do is I'll pause this in a moment, because you don't really need to see me doing all the bits for, but they wanted some sweets in. What I do with those, I also put a little glue dot on the back, and then I attach it around inside the balloon. So I use the modelling balloon that's actually around the bottom of the champagne. I also use that to hold sweets in place. So again, it hides it, but everything can sit nice and pretty. Another thing we got asked about was the balloons on the inside. One of the easiest things I do, we use the 5-inch balloons, just a balloon inflator. Give them a couple of pumps of air, and then use the top of your super stuffer as a sizer. At least then you know all your balloons are the same size, and you know they're definitely going to fit. So I'll do that. So right, what I'll do is I'll pause this, and then once I come back to the top, I'll pop it back on again. Right, everything's back in, well, everything's in the balloon now, everything's attached. I'll just switch everything around, then you can have a quick look at you can see everything's inside there, and everything's held in place with glue dots. So I'm just going to do the tying off on the socks. I had a few people ask me about the tying off. It's actually easier than people think it is. So I'll try and position that so you can see what I'm doing. So again, what I've done is I've got a modelling balloon, and as you're fastening it, you almost loop this through so it gives you an anchor point to attach, obviously, a quad or whatever decoration you want, really. And I'll let everybody has their own little techniques for this. I think it'll just be easy to show you if we open it up. So yeah, basically, as you're fastening it through, kind of you take this through with it. So I've taken the air out of this modelling balloon and fastened it off. You can just see in a minute when it pops through. It's just knotted there at the end. But as this is knotted then and comes through, get my fingers out. We've also created an anchor point for yourself, so you can add your quads to it, which is what I've done here. So I've created a quad there. Basically, I just add this on top and just wrap it around, make sure it's nice and secure, and it just keeps everything really firm. And you can add, obviously, your other balloons on and things on. Just tie that off again and give that a little snip. Another thing I'm a big fan of is ribbons. I'm actually a venue dresser, so we do tend to have a lot of ribbons and things lying around in the office. So these are it's just lengths of ordinary ribbons that you could get probably from a haberdashery or even at the wholesalers. And basically what I do is I just tie them around the top of the balloon and have them dangling down. It just looks prettier, and I think it's just a little bit different than the balloon ribbon sometimes. So I'm sorry if I'm boring some of you with this. It's just the questions I got asked. So I just thought I may as well just cover everything. So I just take this around here and then pull them back through. That's it, and they just kind of dangle. And just trim them to the length you want. I try and keep, they don't necessarily all need to be the exact same length because it gives a bit of a waterfall effect going down with the ribbons, and it looks quite pretty. I just cut them on a little bit of an angle. And then the topper, I'm just going to use, it's an air-filled 18-inch foil, nothing fancy. Again, I attach one of the modelling balloons to the neck, and then I just fasten that through then onto the quad. So it just, like I say, it just keeps everything nice and secure, nice and tight. So the last thing you want is your balloons falling to pieces once they go to your customers. Right, so this is what I mean. Again, it's just a small piece of the modelling balloon that had been snipped off. Again, take all the air out, just tie it off at the end there, sort of small knot, and I just basically pop it into the neck of the balloon and roll it so that the modelling balloon is actually crossed there in the middle, and just knot it off. You don't need to be overly aggressive with it, and then you just take it through your balloon, all your quads at the top, and just tie it off. And because it's only a small piece, you don't feel the need to take any excess off. And that is the top of it. And then what I tend to do then is where I've attached this onto my cake base with the glue dots, I also put some glue dots on the top and just sit my balloon on it, and it's just, like I say, it just keeps everything nice and safe. It's really simple and very, very pretty. You can add flowers to it, you can add whatever you want. I'm really sorry about the video. I know it's absolutely appalling, but I do hope I've helped some of you. Any questions, just pop me a message, and if I can help in any way, I will do.